Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you all for being here and testifying. That's very much appreciated. You know, we know the importance of FERC's role when it comes to ensuring reliable and reasonable rates for the electric grid. Its very mission statement notes the responsibility to ensure, and I quote, reliable, safe, secure, and economically efficient energy services at a reasonable cost. Nowhere does it mention being an environmental policy-making body. A quick yes or no down the panel for this question, because my time is limited. Is FERC an economic regulator and not an environmental policy-making body?
Yes.
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 Thank you for that. We've seen in years past, and even recently, how other agencies have proposed what I consider major overreaching policies without consulting FERC. That would dramatically impact the reliability of the grid that we all depend on. If confirmed, will you be willing to challenge faulty assumptions of other agencies if they threaten grid reliability?
I will start, Senator, by saying that, again, reliability is foundational, and it's foundational to FERC's role. So to the extent that anything that might affect the reliability of our systems, energy systems, and electric grid, I will work very hard with other agencies in case those policies affect them to ensure that we have the proper levers for FERC to ensure reliability.
Mr. Rosner.
Thank you for the question, Senator. As the job number one for the Commission is to ensure energy reliability for the country. And if there were a case where the reliability of the grid or the energy system were in question, I would, without hesitation, communicate those concerns.
Ms. C.
Senator, yes, I certainly agree that I think it's important to look at all of the intersecting landscape when it comes to different legal requirements from different agencies. That's something that in my role as an advocate, not of course as an impartial commissioner, I've been thinking about a lot over the past couple of years in my role in West Virginia. So I think that that is a very important concern. And certainly agencies each have their own responsibility consistent with the authorities that Congress has given to them. But because FERC does have responsibility as an economic regulator and responsible for reliability, I think it is important to share those important perspectives. I applaud, for instance, the technical conference that FERC held when it talked about reliability issues and on proposed rules from other agencies this fall. I think that expert consulting and advising role is very important in this space.
Thank you all. In previous years, legislation has been introduced already in the U.S. Senate to amend the Natural Gas Act to give FERC refund authority in cases where natural gas transmission pipelines charge unfair, unreasonable rates to their customers. FERC has this existing authority under the Federal Power Act in terms of unfair rates charged by electric utilities. Ms. C., we'll start with you. So how do you view these overcharges affecting natural gas consumers like my constituents who rely on natural gas to cook, to heat their homes, to heat their poultry houses, everything that Mississippians do? Could or do these overcharges lead to higher rates?
Senator, I think these are also incredibly important issues. And as you said, when it comes to affordability, that's not just an abstract concept. It matters to everyday Americans in their day-to-day lives. So I think that's a very important issue. I'd be looking very closely at FERC's authority in this area. I would be committed to applying the statute and the Natural Gas Act standards in the particular circumstances and facts that came before me. I certainly respect and understand the discussion that this committee is having and is having in Congress. And of course, on this and other issues, would defer to Congress if Congress decided it was important to give more clarity and direct authority in that space.
Thank you. Mr. Rosner.
Thank you for the question, and I think reasonable price and affordability is a key concern and will be a priority for me if honored to be confirmed. On this specific question, I would be, again, if confirmed, I would like to provide any technical support, technical assistance to you or your staff or this committee as they consider potential changes to the statute.
Thank you, Senator, for that question. I, too, will commit to working with you and your staff to better understand the issue. And, of course, one of the primary jobs of FERC is to make sure that the costs are just and reasonable. And I would, of course, also support any enforcement actions that the Office of Enforcement would be working. So I would commit to working with you and your staff and other FERC staff to better understand this issue and work on that topic. Thank you.
Thank you, and my time is out.
Senator Hickenlooper.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you all for being here and for your willingness to engage in this level of public service. We've had